All right, Dolphin fans, here we go. As promised this morning, we're going to talk about Monday Night Football, Dolphins in Pittsburgh, and some crucial stats I want you to notice. The last three games from these opponents and what Miami's having next on their schedule. Stay tuned. All right, fans, welcome to a Sports Night with Jorge. Once again, thank you so much. Once again, victory Monday, Dolphins winner, 34-10 over the New York Jets. I did talk about the stats yesterday if you were with us live, streaming live the game. But there's something tough for the Dolphins ahead of them right now. Okay, they got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Tampa Bay. Now, I'm just gonna talk about Pittsburgh, then Cincinnati. I didn't went as far as Tampa Bay, but that is their upcoming schedule, which is gonna be a kind of tough, guys. And I'm gonna tell you why in a few minutes. Now, listen, before I start, what a great weekend or week for South Florida, except for one team, the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat lost 3 games in a row. But listen, Florida Panthers, congratulations, back to back win. A big win the other night. They were trailing and they went to overtime. I know they beat the Islanders last night. And then prior to that, they beat Columbus 7-6, final and overtime. And they were trailing in that game. So also, soccer, Inter Miami won the MLS Cup. Congratulations, 3-1 over Vancouver. What a year. Congratulations to them. Listen, all I said, man, South Florida had a great, great time. And also, congratulations to the Miami Hurricanes. They are in the playoff. First game, as you see here, it's against Texas A&M, the Aggies. So number 10 versus number 7. Then you have Oklahoma. I think it's Alabama, unless they changed it. And I think they did. And you got Indiana, Texas Tech, Georgia, and Ohio State. I guess taking their time off until all these teams battle each other. So we're going back to these crucial 4 games Miami has left in their schedule. And when I mean crucial, it is very important because I'm going to throw you some stats. And I know sometimes stats don't win games, but guys, this is what my concern. How do you win against the Jets? Running the ball. Finally, McDaniel has his expertise of running the ball. That's what he does. That's what he's a coach of. And so far, he figured it out as we're coming to the end of the stretch of the season. But I want you guys to look at this, man. The next 3 games at Pittsburgh, 8:15. I know the weather's going to be rough. I'm telling you, it's going to be rough because it is. Right now, so far, Pittsburgh is actually 3 points favorite. Uh, we don't have the weather yet. Like I said, it's too early. These two teams, Pittsburgh's averaging 23.7, uh, uh, 23.7 a game. That's 14th in the league. Miami is 21.6, 22nd in the league. Total yards, Miami has a better yard than Pittsburgh, 318 to Pittsburgh, 295. Passing yards were 30 in the league with 192. Pittsburgh is 206. I'm just throwing some stats here. Rushing yards, Miami's way ahead, 126.5 towards Pittsburgh, almost 90 yards per game. On third down, Miami's 36%, Pittsburgh's 40%. On fourth down, Miami's 47, Pittsburgh's 46. Time of possession, Miami has 29-15, Pittsburgh has 26-58. They're in the worst in the NFL. Defense, here's when it gets pretty interesting. Points allowed, Miami's only 15th in the league at 22.8. Pittsburgh's 23.9, 19th in the league. Total yards, Dolphins allowed 334 a game. Pittsburgh allowed 370 yards a game. Passing yards, 202. We're 12 in the league. Pittsburgh's 244. They're 28th in the league. Rushing yards allowed per game. We allow 131. Pittsburgh allowed 125. So we're 26. They're 21. So basically, we're kind of close with Pittsburgh. But these are the stats that I want you guys to understand. Then down the road, that might probably hurt the Dolphins, because I feel that Tua Tagovailoa struggle continue. I'm not saying that, hey, man, we started this game, scored 21 points. The man was red hot. I think he went 7 for 7. And then suddenly he just disappeared. And I know we were running the ball. We were doing so many things. And here's the stats of the Miami Dolphins, by the way. And this is not going to cut it in this league. Miami only has scored 6 touchdowns in their last 3 games. That's what I'm worried. Only 6. 1 against Washington, 1 against New Orleans, and we got 4 against the Jets. That is what's scaring me right now. And basically, most of those touchdowns are rushing touchdowns. And that's something that I'm actually worried. If this team wants to compete. And then here's the next 2 opponents, right? Steelers and Bengals. The Bengals has 9 touchdowns in the last 3 games. That's 3 more than Miami. Pittsburgh has 8. Once again, more than Miami. And I tell you, Joe Burrow came back for the Ravens game and came back to the Buffalo game. But just look at the score. 32-14. I'm talking about the Bengals right now. And 34-39, they lost. That's plenty of points. Miami has not yet to reach that. Well, they reached a 34 once against Atlanta. Of course, that's Atlanta. And 1 against the Jets. That was yesterday. But look at those numbers. Very interesting. And even Pittsburgh, 27 points, 28 points. Of course, a loss to Chicago, but they only 1-2 in the last 3 games. So what I'm saying is, we're going back to the bread and butter. That's running the ball, run the ball, run the ball. But I'm going to say this, and I said this in the New York Jets game. If you stop A-Chain, you stop Wright or Ollie Gordon. The good thing is Miami has 3 great power fullbacks, or running backs, not fullbacks, that could do so many dangers in the field and hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers. By the way, the Steelers allowed last week over 200 yards rushing. I mean, the Steelers has allowed almost 450 yards in the last 2 games. And that is the bread and butter of the Miami Dolphins. But if Pittsburgh stopped Miami, can the Dolphins count on Tua Tagovailoa arm? And I'm going to tell you they can't. And give me a second, I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Because when I saw this, I could not believe in myself. And you can win in this league with these statistics, especially what Tua had. Let me get this, and I'll tell you right now. Because when I saw this, I said, what in the world is this? This is not going to help. I mean, most of all, it's not going to help the Dolphins. All right, here we go. Let me take this out. And I'm going to give you the stats. And I know I gave you the stats yesterday, but all right, here we go. All right. Tua stats. This is incredible, the last 2 games. Tua was 13 for 21 for 127 yards, 1 touchdown. Great, no interception. He could have a couple of them yesterday, but he didn't. One TD, guys. That's it. One TD. I mean, Jalen Wright did a heck of a game. 24 carries, 107 yards. And A-Chain left the game with, 7 carries, 92 yards, at 13 point something average per rush. Let's go back to Tua game against New Orleans. Ready? 12 for 23 for 157 yards. So Tua has only passed 300 yards in 2 games. And by the way, no touchdown in this game. Let's go back a little bit further. And it's going to get, I'm telling you guys, it's going to get worse and worse when I see this. All right. Tua, 14 for 20 for 171 yards. When you face Cincinnati, when you face the Pittsburgh Steelers, when you face Tampa Bay Buccaneers, these numbers from Tua, it's not going to work, guys. It's not going to work. We have scored more touchdowns on the ground than Tua has been throwing the last 3 games. And for me, that is a major, major problem that McDaniel is going to have to fix if he wants to make this run. Now, I'm going to tell you now, the Colts unfortunately lost their quarterback, Daniels, from the Achilles. He's out for the year. Okay, there's a good game tonight, Monday Night Football. You have the Eagles versus the Chargers. Looking at the playoff hunt, Miami's going to need a lot of help. Listen, Buffalo did not impress me either. Cincinnati led 28-11. What actually hurt the Cincinnati Bengals is Burrow turnover, the pick six, and you could do like three interceptions. Let me be sure. Hold on. I want to be sure. Yeah, 39-34. Yeah, Joe Burrow had 4. Let me get my stats here. Let's play your stats. 2 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Even though a passing rating of 106, he passed for 284 yards. So Joe Burrow. So imagine you playing Joe Burrow, Ty Higgins. I mean, because he's back. The only way you could do it, keep running so they could stay on the sideline. They don't come out to play, because this is going to be very crucial for the Miami Dolphins. These 3 games coming up. I only put you 2 because this is the one I'm going to say. This is the one that the big test is for Miami Dolphins. Monday night at 8:15 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel. I appreciate it, guys, your support and everything. And I'm going to go back, man. Listen, congratulations to Inter Miami. Once again, the Hurricanes getting into the playoffs, the college playoff. It was a good week overall. Miami Dolphins beating the Jets 34-10. Listen, I didn't knew that it was going to be this bad, but it was bad. They were up 21-0. I thought, here we go, another video game. But after that, you make adjustments, and then McDaniel, after A-Chain injury, but by the way, he had I think was a rib injury, and he said in the press conference that he will put him back if he needed to. But of course, the way Wright ran the ball, listen, that's another weapon you just added to your offense. We know how good he was. I know he was in the doghouse because he fumbled the ball at the beginning of the season. He was having a kind of issue. But now, listen, if Wright takes off, now we know A-Chain already, over 1,000 yards, having a great season. Now we need Ali. Ali had a touchdown also yesterday. So if we're going to be a run team, all right, Tua need to understand one thing, man. Listen, once again, what happened to Waddle? After 4 catches, he disappeared. He's gone. First half, second half, I don't get it. I like the tight end. Is it Ducey or whatever his name is? Delucci. He came from the Giants. I love that tight end. Waller made a couple of catches. That was it. And then suddenly our passing game just disappeared because we were running it, throwing it, running it. I mean, they were a great combination in the beginning of the game. Okay, when we scored 21 points, we were up 21-0. And of course, we gave up a kickoff, 78-yard kickoff. For me, that was redemption. That was the same guy that fumbled the ball in Miami. We recover. And listen, it's fine. It didn't hurt Miami. Miami won big. But now the test comes Monday night at 8:15 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, but anyhow, I want to thank everybody that have joined in. So a short video, not a long video. Throw you some stats. Uh, once again, college football playoff. You got the Florida Panthers. Okay. Inter Miami's over. They won the cup. Congratulations. Dolphin big win. Okay. Victory Monday. I mean, I can't complain. Listen, sacks either 2.5 sacks. Defense, and this is what won the game. Defense, and a little bit of offense, because the offense just got shut down in the second half. They really did. After up 21-0, I'm serious. I thought they were going to blow them out 28, 35, 40, probably score 50 points in this game. But no, I guess McDaniel put the pedal to the metal and put it on the brakes and say, hey, man, let's slow down this. But our test is actually Monday night. So once again, thank you so much. God bless you all. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment if you have anything. And listen, I'll see you guys soon. And hopefully I'll be transmitting that game on Monday night. Good game tonight. I won't be able to do it. I got some things to do and catch up. So once again, fins up.